Yeah, shalom, shalom to Prophet Muhammad Bakar. Back with another lesson, giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Ruach HaKodesh. As always, we give double honors to the apostles and the other bishops of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. So I'm going to make this one real quick because I need to head out shortly. So yeah, I'm going to try and get this done. All it'll be edifying. And yeah, you see the title of this video: Feds charged, cop fired and sued. It's not about that. I could make a video about this, and I might. Here we have a Jake being pulled over in Babylon by the centurions of the police. The usual folly from both sides. Racially profiling. He's being belligerent. The scriptures say, "Be at peace with thy adversary," man. So he should have did that. All right, he should have just done that and went on his way, man. But he thinks he thinks that the same rights that they call to have in that constitution that applies to him, and it doesn't. It never did. All right, and he's under the curses. But like I said, this isn't about what the occurrence of this man and the police officer in this video. I want to show you something, man. I watched it, and then I went back to watch this, and this is the second time when I peeped this. So it should be from around now.
I keep my driver license.
Forget what he's saying. Just look up in the sky.
If you can go ahead and get that out for me, sir. The reason I'm pulling you over today is you're operating a motor vehicle after sunset without your headlights on.
My headlights were on. They come on when you start the car.
Alright, sir. Well, there's no tail lights, so there you go.
So you stopped me because I ain't had no tail lights on?
Yes, sir. You're operating a motor vehicle.
Right, I think it's coming up now, the first time, right? Did you peep that? Did you peep that?
What? Okay.
It was very quick.
That means I can write you a citation. That means I can write you a citation if you want.
Hold on.
And that means...
Look at the top of the screen. You're going to see a chariot, man.
Tail lights on?
Yes, sir.
It's very quick, right? Just after it turns from black and white. There it goes.
That means...
Right?
What?
You can pause.
That means I can
But then you're going to see it again. There might be another one.
Are you going to produce your driver's license?
Yeah, I got driver's license. Oakley, I keep driver's license.
Okay.
Right? Keep your eye on the top of the screen
This is how I
again.
do every stop, sir.
See it there? See that? Yeah, man. You see? That's the chariot of the Most High right there, man. The angels. And so they're watching, man. They're watching. Always watching. They're watching this guy going off. Because he's going off, right? In all sorts of ways. He ain't a man of the law, obviously. Because he wouldn't be dealing with the police like that. Well, listen, we don't like them. We don't like the way they treat us or our people. But we have to understand that they're in charge, man. Anyway, forgetting all of that. The Lord is watching, man. He's watching this Edomite officer do his wickedness. So we're both getting judged right now, man. So what I'm going to do, this is just a good, quick one, just to talk about the chariots real quick. I haven't even got anything lined up. I'm just going to get what I can get, man. The Lord will be able to find. But you see that, man? You see? I wonder how many people watched that and didn't even notice that. And even if they did notice it, would they know what it was? Our eyes have been open, man. I've never seen them before, this truth. And if I had, I didn't know what it was. I don't remember ever seeing chariots, man, in the world. Luke 21:25 says, "And there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations with perplexity, and the sea and the waves roaring." Right? So there's signs anyway, man. The chariots are signs, man. Right? Men's hearts failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken. And then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud, aka a chariot, with power and great glory. And when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh. So the lifting up your head part is important. We always lifting up our heads, man. Alright, because now we know they exist. we want to see them, man, because it, to us, it's it's a thing of faith and hope, man. All right. To some it's a curse, right? So this is talking about well, I was going to get it from verse 5, right? It says, and as the Lord, and I'll talk, and as the Lord, and the Lord will create upon every dwelling place of Mount Zion, and upon her assemblies a cloud and smoke by day, and a shining of flaming fire by night, for upon all the glory shall be a defense. And that's talking about the chariots, just like it was back in the Exodus times, man. The Lord was covering the Israelites, man. Alright? With the chariots, man. Right? And there shall be a tabernacle for a shadow in the daytime from the heat, and for a place of refuge, and for a covert from the storm and from the rain. Because they're massive, man. Alright? What we mostly see are like the how you have an army, man, and you have like your fighter jets and whatnot. Alright, let's look at the film Independence Day, man. Alright, so you have those great big father ships. They'd call them mother ships in the movie, we call them the father ships. And then out from those you had the massive ship first. You had the gigantic father ship. Then you had the bigger ships coming from that. They all disconnected from that. And then from those you had the attack ships, man. Alright, so they come in variants, man. When you have a shot, if you read Sirach, 13th chapter, Ecclesiasticus 13, it tells you, man, about Yahushua coming back on a mountain. That's telling you the size of the of said chariot. It's describing how big it was. Couldn't see the length or the breadth of it, man. They couldn't see how big it was because it was that big. Couldn't see the beginning or the end. Here's another one. This is dealing with salvations. Isaiah 26:20 says, Come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers, and shut thy doors about thee. Hide thyself as it were for a little moment, until the indignation be overpast. For behold, the Lord cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity. The earth also shall disclose her blood, and shall no more cover her slain. So that's talking about the chariots once more. Is there a thing of safety, man? And I'm going to get that real quick in First Thessalonians. So that's what we are hoping for, man. First Thessalonians 4:15 says, For we say this unto you by the word of the Lord, that we which are alive and remain unto the coming of the Lord shall not prevent them which are asleep. For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trump of the Most High, and the dead in the mashak shall rise first. Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds, meaning the chariots, to meet the Lord in the air, and so shall we ever be with the Lord. Wherefore comfort one another with these words. So those that are trying their best to do the will of the Heavenly Father, man, those things should be comforting. Alright, but let's read about what I'm going to get one more just to show what it's going to do to those that are against the Most High, man. He doesn't even know what he just see, man. This wait, let me get this picture up one more time. He doesn't even know what he just saw, man. Let's give me quick and roll that back real quick. A bit more. And just when that goes away, here it goes. See?
Warren County.
Chariots out there, man. And that's Babylon, man. Babylon the Great. That place is gonna be ultimately destroyed, man. There's gonna be plenty more of those to come.
Actually, you do, so I have to expect them.
So I can never turn that off.
Do you want to give me a reason to lock you up?
You can't lock me up for nothing, Oak.
You know, listen, you can't blame Jake for behaving like that, man. They're sick of that shit, man. But I don't understand. I don't understand what's going on, man. Isaiah 66:15 says, "For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the gardens, behind one tree in the midst, eating swine's flesh, and an abomination, and the mouse shall be consumed together, saith the Lord." He probably eats all of that crap, you know what I mean? That was probably just going over and saying, "Yep, we're judging you." You know, that Edomite officer ain't getting away from judgment. None of these Edomites are, man. Anyway, just a quick one, man. Like I said, I've got to get to stepping, so I'm going to close out. I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah HaKadosh, the Barnabas, the apostles, and all the bishops of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the whole for the elect. Shalom.